Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome to Main Street and Mickey. We are live for our weekly live stream where we like to talk about all things Disney. Last week we did a fun couples bracket challenge. Sorry about that. And we had so much fun discussing like our favorite Disney couples, and of course the one that went out was Mulan and Shang because they're amazing. So yes, if you're watching this live, welcome. Let's see if we have anyone in the chat yet. Hey. Let's see, let's pull this up. There we go. Welcome, Mr. Fulton and Mrs. Caitlin Mraz. What's happening? Happy National Mint Chocolate Chip Ice Cream. I didn't know it was National Mint Chocolate Chip Ice Cream Day. Is that serious? Like, that's my favorite ice cream. That's amazing. So, yeah, welcome to the live chat. I don't think we've ever had you here, so welcome. Oh, hey, Walt. Welcome. Thank you for coming by. And guys, for those of you watching the replay, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, we would love for you to join. We have just lots of fun on here talking about all things Disney. We do fun Disney DIYs. We have a lot of those coming up for the spring that Annie and I are super excited about. And Annie will be joining us this evening. She had President's Day, and she and I just both stayed home today. We just relaxed, and so she stayed home, and Mom's gonna come down here soon and join me. But yeah, we are just a fun channel, and we love just how we've grown through this channel and how all the people that we've met. Mouse Talk, who just joined, if you aren't following Mouse Talk, I don't know what you're doing with your life, go follow them. So yeah. But today, since it's President's Day, we thought we would talk about the pros and cons of Liberty Square at the Magic Kingdom. So I think it's going to be a really fun one because, like, it's such a small area, you wouldn't think there would be a lot to discuss. But when I was, like, writing it out, I was like, you know what? Like, there is a lot to talk about that little place. So we're going to talk about it. And hey, Janine, welcome back to the live stream. Yeah, so I hope everyone's week, started out well this week. I don't know if you all had good Mondays. I hope you did. Mondays can be really rough sometimes. This past weekend, spent all my time with teenagers. My church does this thing called D Now, where they do a teen retreat. So I've been with them all weekend, and let me tell you, I was in a van full of middle school boys, and I'm just glad I survived, and I'm here to talk about it. So I can, talk with you all and, just say I survived. So, but it was a really fun weekend. I was in a little circle with some of the high school girls, and one of them was like, "Do you like Disney?" And because I have a Turvis and it has Mickey's all over it, and I was like, "Yeah, just a little." And when the other girls said, she is basically Disney. She loves everything Disney. She worked at Disney. I'm like, they know me, like, it's obvious. I love Disney. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Yes, Janine, I decided to wear my Americana shirt since we were talking about Liberty Square. And I just got this last week from oh, okay. Wait for it, Janine. Wait till you see.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I came late to the show, but hey.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so she told me a minute ago I said, oh, we should or she said something about dressing and like her things. And I said, oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. And she said, I know what shirt I'm gonna wear. And I was like, I thought you were just gonna put on this one because you got
gosh, no, everybody has stuff like that. This is unique. We made it, a friend and I made it like years and years and years ago.
I like
now these are new.
Yeah, she got those in July. Because on the side they say All American Girl.
And that's me.
I
love the patriotic stuff.
Yeah.
Got flags. I tried to bring you one, but it's been in the flower pot, and we didn't get the dirt off of it.
I don't want to hold a dirty flag.
So, hey, everybody. I don't even know who's in the room.
We've got Janine. We've got Mouse Talk. We have got John, who just came in. We are good, John. How are you? And thank you for adding us. That's awesome. But yeah, so, and then I have a Mr. Fulton and Mrs. Caitlin Raz. So we have
happy to have everybody.
Yeah, this is great. Yep. And I was just telling them about this.
I love it.
She changed her name. It's Rosie. I will leave the link to her shop below. She has this and a couple. She has things like this, and then she has scrunchies. Couldn't think of the word. She has scrunchies, and they're really cute. And I can't wait. I have a Disney Bound plan.
They're so cute. So. Annie actually has the red and white scrunchie.
Oh
I think you gave that to her.
Because neither one of us obviously can wear
no
scrunchies.
ponytails going on here.
No, but I'll leave the link to her shop below because she's really fun to. She's really sweet to send us these. So love that. So, yes, we are talking about the pros and cons of Liberty Square.
Liberty Square. Everybody familiar with it, I hope, because it's like one of my favorite parts of Disney.
One of the main lands in the Magic Kingdom. So, want to get started with the pros?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, my first pro was the Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'll give Annie credit for this one. Annie's first pro, because when we were talking about this, said that the educational aspect of it.
Yes.
Because, Annie and I were homeschooled from, you started me in 5th grade?
Yeah, I think 5th grade.
So, and then Annie started 10th grade. So we were homeschooled, and one of her excuses, I guess, to get us to Disney one time was she could, use it as educational purposes.
The whole presidents, all that, and hey, it worked.
It did,
and they do learn a lot. You can learn a lot at Disney.
It's really
between Epcot and all that.
Oh yeah, oh no, you're good. But it's really one thing with. I'm gonna take that away from you. One of the things one of my cast member friends told me, she worked in that area, and so whichever area you work in, they tell you like the history of the place. Unless you work at Disney Springs, then it's not that much history. Anyway, I'm not bitter. So they told us that when you look in the windows of the little houses and shops over at Liberty Square, see if there are any dolls, because there are some dolls in the windows. And those dolls apparently back like in the colonial days represented if there was a doll in the window, that meant there were children living in that house. So I guess it meant like not to attack them or something like that.
Oh, I don't even think I knew that.
Yeah. And so talk about Disney details. They added the dolls into those windows, and it's just really, really cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Walt. Yay. Yes, if you Walt just tweeted our stream out, and if you all would please like this video and share it, then we can get more people in here and we can get conversation started.
Absolutely. Thanks, you guys.
But yeah, those dolls in the window, next time you're at them in the Magic Kingdom, make sure that you like kind of go around in Liberty Square and see if you see any dolls. So it's a really cool like historical aspect that Disney added, and that's the Disney difference. Okay,
this is going to show my forgetfulness, but have we ever done that? Did we look for them?
I mentioned it one time, but I think we were just like in passing, and
because I know there's been other buildings we look for stuff in, like lights or different things, but I don't remember.
They're kind of, I don't know if they're in the main like parade route area of Liberty Square, but I know they're in the specific, like closer toward Haunted Mansion side.
Oh, okay.
Like facing the riverboat. So I don't know. I can't remember if they're a lot near like the Christmas shop or anything, but I know there's more near the little market, outside market thing.
Okay.
So,
which is one of our pros.
Yes. And that was, so that was one of your pros.
Yeah. We've really just in the past couple of years just started using it a little bit more. It's kind of one of those off to the side type of things that you don't think about because you get used to doing all the food places and different things. But past couple of times we've gone, it's been really warm or hot, actually hot down there. So we need a little extra water stuff or just fruit and things like that. So what we did was we found that place, and they've got a lot of good choices. The con to it is it is a little tight in where you buy it, but it's an outdoor area where you can sit and just enjoy, and you kind of people watch without being in the way. It's a fun place to go. So that's one of my pros, just because I'm always looking for those places where you can get not just ice cream or popcorn or things like that, but something refreshing when it's hot. And that's I think a very refreshing place to go. So shout out to them, because I think Disney did that well.
And I can't remember the name of that little outside market, but it's just really nice. And we're in it. I mean, they have the fruit, they have and they still have, I think they even have like the ice cream and the pretzels, but it's the fact that they have the fruit and all that.
Yeah. I don't know that they have the pretzels. They do have one of the freezer sections where they have like more of the ice cream, not the ice cream bars, but though I think they do have that. But they have those fruit bars.
They have the fruit bars,
So, and it's just kind of a little bit off to the side from where Hall of Presidents is.
Yeah. So it's really, really nice. Bye, John. Thank you for stopping by.
Bye, John.
Hope you have a great Monday as well. And yes, we have an Instagram and Twitter. I will leave those links below. But yeah, that's I love the little outside market. I was trying to think if I went there this last time, but I don't think I did because it was so cold, so I didn't really need it.
Yeah, you wouldn't need that one in the coldness.
No. But I know I stopped there a lot, like on my sorry, I just saw he said Dan just joined, and he said did someone mention food?
Yes, Dan, we have been talking a little bit about food, but just an outdoor market food place, nothing big and fancy.
But that does lead to our next pro of Liberty Square is Liberty Tree Tavern.
The tavern. Sorry, I'm gonna wave it every now and then.
I know, I'm gonna take your toys away. Liberty Tree Tavern is one of our favorite places. We never went there before because I don't really know why, except that it wasn't, for some reason the food didn't sound good or something.
I don't know. Well, once upon a time, this one here would not eat meat. And she didn't like to try things a lot. So we always tried to gear to some place where they had, a bigger selection of things. And Liberty Tree Tavern is pretty limited in their selection.
Oh, yeah.
As far as a bunch of different variety things. But for a very good home-cooked meal, the other thing, before I forget, because it is a little bit of a con, but not if you learn to plan for your dining things, they're always crowded. So it's one of those places that, whether you like to make reservations or not and have to know when you're going and where you're going and kind of get nailed down by a restrictive schedule, it's worth it. And if you don't, you probably won't eat there unless you like to wait forever.
Yeah.
So
but I mean, it's good food, and that's why it's always crowded.
And good service. We only had one time where it was a little bit questionable service, but no, it was just bad service.
It was just bad service, and that's saying and what was such a bummer was that this last time when it happened, and no, Dan, I'm not a vegetarian. I just was a very picky eater. I didn't like.
Amen. She was. She's stepping out though. She's getting really great.
I am. Anyway, so this last time when we had the bad service, we never expected it, because when we went in there, we told them, we were like, we forgot, we did not plan our fast pass as well this time, and we got a surprise one for Snow White's ride. But if we go here now, we're not gonna have time. We're gonna miss our fast pass. And they were like, "Oh, you can't miss that." And so they tried to get us another fast pass for it, which was super sweet. But because it's a e-ticket ride, they couldn't do that for us. So they were like, "What you need to do is just go ride the ride first. We're gonna hold your reservation and just come back."
Yeah.
It was so nice of them. It was so very helpful, very accommodating. So when we went back, you expect to have this certain service at Disney, and we just definitely didn't get that.
Well, plus we had been there before, and every time we had been there, it was just really good service. Yeah. Everybody was friendly and over the top with their I don't want to say patriotic, whatever you call it, period, costuming and everything was just fantastic. So, you know, but one little glitch in it. It's really a pro. I mean, we love it. I would suggest it to anybody.
If you haven't eaten there before, it's a family style dinner. They bring you out. They bring the whole table out a plate of. First, they bring out rolls, which are delicious. Mm-hmm. They bring out an amazing salad that Annie. Oh, it's so good. Mm-hmm. And I should have looked this up before, but I think it's stuffing, mac and cheese. Roast, turkey,
some kind of pork.
Yeah, which I don't like the pork.
It was okay. It wasn't our favorite. Mashed potatoes, of course, that are to die for.
Something else.
Oh, cranberry. There's a little bit of a cranberry salad type thing, or I'm trying to think. There's just so much, but it's green beans.
It's basically anything you would have for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And you can ask them, like, if you...
Well, Thanksgiving or just at your grandma's table. I grew up with a grandma that lived on the farm, and, you know, we had good old country meals and home cooked, and that's what it was like to me. Good selection, good variety. Okay, enough about food.
Enough about food.
Sorry, Dan.
Let's catch up on the chat.
I'm hungry if we talk about food the whole time.
Yes, Mouse Talk. We love. Oh, yes, we'll talk about that in a second. One night dining at Disney with Dan. You won't be picky after that. Disney food pro here. Yes, I could see that. I imagine that I would probably, except for pickles on tacos, Dan, I will not eat that. Yeah, so you can't get me to do that. No. Yes, Mouse Talk. It's so good. We ate there once one summer. Like one trip in the fall, and we fell in love with it, and
with the Liberty Tree, yeah.
So
try it out. It's definitely a pro of Liberty Square,
and it takes 1 table credit. Mm-hmm. So if you're on the Disney dining plan, just know that it takes 1 table credit, and and the dessert. Sorry, and then we'll
oh gosh, the desserts. How do you leave out the desserts?
The dessert is amazing. It's like a Heath bar. Brownies,
cookies
with ice cream, and wonderfulness.
To die for. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, that's enough about food. We got to move on.
No, he's like, how can you stop talking about food? Okay, but we'll talk about something Walt just put in the stream.
Oh, he said enough about food. I'm sorry, Dan. With question marks.
Yeah, like, how can you stop talking about food? We have food cooking right now, so it's like smells of food and talks of food. Ooh. But Walt he put in the stream the old Christmas shop. So that brings us to another pro.
Oh, we love that place. We do. Yeah. Well, what do you like about it? Well, we start chattering. Chattering. Tell us what you guys like about the Christmas shop. But it's just a fun place for us. We love Christmas. It's our favorite holiday. And so we have a lot of fun with that. And no matter how many times you've been in there, yes, I know somebody's probably going to say, well, it never changes. It really doesn't.
Except this last time it did. They've taken all, when we were there in July, they had construction stuff up.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And before, that shop used to have books like towards the back, and in this redo, they've taken all the books out, and it's strictly Christmas now, which is really nice.
Yeah,
because it makes sense.
They usually have a guest artist in there too. That's right. Is that
not a guest artist, but someone that does the initialing and stuff of the ears.
Oh, okay.
Of the ornaments.
The ornaments.
Yeah, that's just a regular cast.
I did not know that. All these years. Oh, well.
I'm sorry. Where's that little bubble?
It's still a pro. I love that shop. It's fun.
It's very colonial-esque, and like we said, we love, obviously, we love America.
Yeah, Liberty Square.
And I just love like the period costumes and stuff. That is one merchandise shop I never got to work in, and I always wanted to so I could dress up like them.
Yeah,
but it's really cool. Too. But it's a really fun shop just to go through when you're walking in there. And Cargo!
Hey, Cargo!
Thank you for coming.
Mouse Tops likes it because they love Christmas and Disney. Yeah,
Exactly.
You're right up our alley.
Like Christmas and Disney
combined. Oh my
it's
gosh.
like crack.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Dan said, "What's Thanksgiving?"
What's Thanksgiving?
He's not. He's from the UK.
Oh, come on, Dan.
Dan, okay, you gotta have, if you want to experience Thanksgiving, you gotta go to Liberty Tree.
And this is true.
That would be a good American meal. Like that's just America in a meal on a plate.
And you will be so thankful that you did. You will understand what Thanksgiving is.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Because it's all about the food. That's the only thing Thanksgiving is about.
Okay, so another pro.
So another pro, we've said, for those of you just joining the stream, we're talking about the pros and cons of Liberty Square, Magic
in honor of President's Day.
And we have had... Sorry. Put the toys down, children. That's not what I deal with.
I gotta have somebody that makes it fun.
Bye, Walt. Thank you for joining. So we've been talking about the pros and cons, and the pros that we've had so far are the educational, historical aspect of it, Liberty Tree Tavern, and the Ye Old Christmas Shop. Yes. So, and the outside market that they have that has really good fruit.
Okay, so let's go to it's a con on her list. And it's a pro con on mine. And it'll always be a pro, more pro than con. But that's the Hall of Presidents. And I go there because she said educational.
Yes.
And so there's a couple of educational things we really like there. And I think one of them is the presidents. Yeah. I'm sorry. It just is like, to me, that's just one of they do it well. They portray it well. And you get some history in the making. And we're basically history buffs here at home. So I don't know. That's one of my pros for that. Yeah. I do like it.
I like it. Okay, I like it better than the American Dream experience thing at Epcot. American Adventure. We don't like the American Adventure at all. No.
We may do it again in 10 years just to say we did it, but no.
The last time we saw it just was not good. Anyway, but Hall of Presidents, I do like the historical aspect of it. I really do. And even if, I've heard those who don't agree with all the politics nowadays, even, I watched the Diz Unplugged, and they were talking about it, and they say even, regardless of the political part of it, they still, apparently, they redid it, I mean, obviously, because they had to add the president, and when they redid it, they changed a few other things, and they say it's, really, really good. Those aspects and stuff are really pretty good.
That's good, because that would be my con with it. Is it went for so long, I felt like, without being updated, other than adding a president.
Right.
And of course, you got to wonder what you update because it's history, and history is history, whether we like the history of the United States or not. It is history. And so, but I just felt like some of the stuff could have been just tweaked here and there with an update.
Well, you could add more about the history or
take away some,
things happen in history, and you have to add that.
So, but it's a fun place, and it's a refreshing place if you're hot.
And that's true.
It is one of those. That's a heat wave tip, I guess. Is if you're there during the heat wave, that is a place. Put it down in your calendar. Check it off on the mat on the little schedule they give you, and go use it as one of those cool down places.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't even think it's probably be interesting for those who aren't from the United States to hear that kind of history.
They might teach you about Thanksgiving.
So I think it's a good aspect on that too. But that brings us, since we're talking about shows, we'll talk about a newer one that they just recently added. And that surprises me. We're talking about the great moments in history from the Muppets. And this girl, she does not like the Muppets. I like the Muppets more than she does. But she just doesn't like them, at all. Even Kermit, because she doesn't like frogs. So she just doesn't like it. But me, I don't know. They're weird and they're quirky. I kind of like them. But for some reason, it's
because they have the flags and they're dressed in Liberty stuff. and they're talking history. That's why.
She's a female version of Sam the eagle.
I am. I don't know if that's really a good thing, but I probably am.
You are.
If you haven't seen that, they portray it's staged in one of the upper the room above one of the shops, and so you have to stand there. But let me tell you, we stood there in probably 99-degree weather at one time.
Yeah,
it was very, very hot. Sun beating down on us, but I think we even got a sunburn from that time. But it was so fun because it's called Great Moments in History. And they just tell the story, and they've got cannons, and they've got it's just fun. You've got to go experience it. Maybe see if it's on YouTube somewhere. So what?
Dan said, "Great moments in history." Yeah, really great for me.
Oh, come on, Dan. But anyway, that is it's a new favorite because it's brand new. I mean, it's probably, I say brand new.
They brought it out
3-4 years ago.
Oh no, not even that.
Really?
Just in the past year. Maybe 2 years. It may be 2 years this year.
I think so.
But it is. I like I like that they add these little heralds because that gives you something. Yeah. And I didn't get to watch it. I walked by right when it was starting this last time, and I kind of wish I'd watched it, but
your patrioticness is failing.
I know. I'm sorry. I wear the t-shirts.
You did. Not the original, but you did.
So, but yeah, I like that they've added it because it does give you more to do over there.
Yeah.
And it brings people and makes them stop and stay. It gives you something. Because really, other than that, there aren't any just...
Yeah, it's not a big area to do stuff in.
No. Then that's kind of a con for us. It's because, we like the historical aspect of it. And I kind of wish they had made it a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know really what they could have added because there's not a lot of... There's not a lot of IPs that go with colonial history. There's not.
Yeah.
But, so I really don't know how they could have made it bigger.
I don't either. And it's like a nice little nook in the corner of the world. But it's
of the world.
It's fun. They tuck a little bit of everything in there. Oh, Columbia Harbor House. We didn't talk about that. Sorry, food.
Yeah, sorry, we're back on food.
To everybody except Dan. I'm not sorry.
Yeah. But it was, last time we ate there, we kind of liked it. It was just really too crowded when we got there, and so you really need to hit it at a good time. I've seen that they changed their menu, though, and I was going to eat there this last time, but they closed at 5.
Oh, gosh.
They closed really early.
It's a counter service. It's not a sit down. I mean, there's places to sit if you can find a place, but it's a counter service. And it's upstairs, downstairs, which we really, I liked that.
I love
if
that.
we could have found a table upstairs, that was.
We did.
We did. See, I told you I have trouble remembering things. But it could be because we go too much.
True.
And I say that like you could ever go too much to Disney. But anyway, the upstairs, there's a view, and it's just a fun place to go. And
I've heard a lot of people who live there will go to the. I guess there are corners in the back nearest to Fantasyland that are usually empty. And I know when I was there in my college program, we all went to Magic Kingdom one day and we all just hung out upstairs. I don't think we even got any food. But it is if you can hit it at the right time and go upstairs, because a lot of people don't know there's an upstairs, or a lot of people don't know about Columbia Harbor House. It's a nice, just quiet area to relax. We sat on the side with overlooking Haunted Mansion and all that, and it was fun to look out and just watch everyone, because it was well, this is kind of cool because it feels like I'm in a house, so it feels like I'm just hanging out at home. And then I go outside, and then there's Magic Kingdom. So
just be prepared for the only con of it is when you first go in, the queue. How do you say that? The queue line. The line it kind of gets chaotic because it's not too far till you get in the door, and then it's just bumper to bumper for a minute until they get you through that. But
I would know what you want to order before you go in there.
Check the menu out.
Yeah, because we had never eaten there before. We glanced at the menu outside, but then we just went in. And so I think if we had looked at it more and decided, okay, this is what I'm getting, blah, 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 it would have been better.
Great fish sandwiches if you like fish. It's a good place to just get a really good classic fish sandwich with the fries or fish and chip type of thing.
So yeah, that's another great food place. Liberty Tree Tavern, Columbia Harbor House, and then if you just need a snack, the Little Market. So it honestly has the most food areas that are easily
concentrated
accessible.
Yeah.
Because I know you have like Gaston's Tavern and over in Fantasyland, but they don't serve like food like that, like Columbia Harbor House does.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for good food place, well, Tomorrowland and Liberty Square really are the main areas.
Yeah.
Well, and Frontier. Never mind. Disney has all food.
I was gonna say.
Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
It won't take you a lot of time to spend
there.
You know what I forgot about is Tom Sawyer's Island. Is that part of
Frontierland?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the riverboat. You can take the riverboat. It starts over in Liberty Square.
That's another reason I like Liberty Square is because of the view. If you're just tired or in a wheelchair and you're waiting for people to come back and get you because they left you there in the wheelchair, it's a very nice place to sit and watch the crowds or the water and the boat.
You waited there without your wheelchair this last time too.
It is. It's a nice, relaxing place. Yeah. So waiting there, it made me remember one of the other pros that we have. It is a great place for fireworks. You've got to position yourself just right, but it's a great place for fireworks. I was waiting on them time before last. They went to catch a ride on Big Thunder, and I can't ride roller coasters anymore because of my neck and shoulders. So they went to do that, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do over here? Because I didn't really want to be too far away because it was packed on Main Street. But I found like this best little nook of a place right along the water, and just the fireworks were amazing from there. It's the backside of them, but it was really fun.
Yeah, and it really, like when we joined her and stuff, it was really, and because you can kind of see during Once Upon a Time, the other castle projection show, they have, you can kind of see the side of it, and it's just, and it was empty, and it's also a good place to watch the Festival of Fantasy Parade.
Perfect place for that.
Really, any of the parades. I think the Liberty Square area, especially if you can get like yourself situated right by the rope. I know my friend Megan and I once, we sat near the Liberty Tree thing, and we waited there for the parade to start, and then we kind of edged ourselves up, and you just get a really good view of everything. And if you position yourself right, you can get everything coming down. So it's a great place. Just make sure you like stake out your spot as usual when you do.
Well, yeah, you have to do that anywhere in the park, but it's a nice out of the way spot to really catch and see the parade really well.
And that's where Maleficent caught fire, was right there.
Oh, well, that's a bad memory.
That was like really scary. Have we talked about the best ride and shop in the whole of Disney yet?
The best what?
The best ride and shop in the whole of Disney yet.
In Liberty Square?
Oh, I forget that that's a part. I always think it's its own little section.
What? In Liberty Square? There's a ride?
Think about it. I'm sorry, Dan. I wear a cone of shame. Think about it. I always think it's in its own little section. Haunted Mansion
is part of Liberty Square. Oh, God. Hey, surprise.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, see, here goes that logical part of me.
Just wave your flag. Just wave with your flag. See, if you give them something to play with, it just
we love Haunted Mansion. Let me say we love it now. This child tortured me as a child. Tortured me because I felt like the world's worst parent for making her ride it. But I did, and then she would get off of it and she would act like, okay, I like it. And then you would take it on her the next time and she would do the same thing again. Yeah.
So much so that when I finally wrote it, one of the last times before, like, I was like 10, before we wrote, or it may have been when I was 10, we wrote it and we go down the hill and we pass the caretaker with his dog, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. When did they add this? And Mom's like, it's been here the whole time. You just always screamed.
I mean, it was embarrassing how much she screamed going on and coming off. And yeah, I'm one of those moms. I taught her to ride it. She loves it now.
I do. I love it.
So thank you for enlightening us that it's in Liberty Square. I knew it was part of Liberty Square. I
just wasn't thinking. And I do kind of always try. For some reason, I do think it's just part of its own thing, but it is Liberty Square. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
And it does have one of the best stores, Memento Mori. Because I love
that I forget about that.
Yeah. And I love that they did that because that was so smart on Disney's. Because one, Haunted Mansion is one of the most beloved things ever. And they needed its own shop. And to make that part of it was just a really good idea. And yeah, I like that they didn't add it at the end of the line either.
Yeah.
Like, it's still,
It's cool.
And I have a friend, he actually was making one of his rooms in his house completely all Haunted Mansion.
What?
Yeah. Which
I don't know if I'd like that.
Oh, it'd be kind of cool.
Really?
I like it.
Yeah.
But every time we're on Haunted Mansion it stops.
This is true stuff.
And I'm very claustrophobic and I don't like the dark. So one time I was on it by myself because I thought I'm going to ride it. I was stuck on it for at least 10 to 15 minutes.
And thankfully, I was not with her.
I was in the part, like, right before you go into the ballroom scene. So, like, I was facing a wall, and, like, there was, like, small, like, ceiling heights, so I could see the sea. I felt so claustrophobic, and I think
you texted me at that point.
I did, because I was freaking out. I was like, I can't.
And I'm having to say, do not get out of the car. Keep your hands and your feet inside the car, and no one will get hurt. No.
Okay, here's what my problem is when I get stuck on rides. It's like, if I can wiggle and feel like I can get out, I'm good. Like, this last time, sidetrack here, squirrel. I got stuck on a dinosaur with my friends, and the lights came on and everything, so it's not like we were just stuck. We were stuck with the lights on in dinosaur, and it's the part where, like, the Tyrannosaurus comes out at you. So that was fun, and it just kept making these weird noises, but you're, like, buckled up, so it's not like just a bar over you. You buckled up. And so I was like, oh my gosh, we're stopped, and these don't release unless the cast members release them, and they're not going to release them because they don't want us to get out. So before I started freaking out, I, like, wiggled up and, like, tried to see if I could get out, and I could. So then I could calm down because I knew if I needed to, I could get out.
But then I wasn't calm because she texted me in that one too and told me, and I'm like, a little concerned that she might try to get out.
But I didn't, and it started like 20 minutes later.
And here she is, and she exaggerates on time so often.
So back to Liberty Square. Let's go back. But yeah, so Haunted Mansion is definitely one of the best.
Oh, it's definitely. We always hit that place now.
Yeah. It's probably the first. We tried to ride it our first night there because, one, it's so much better at night. And because it just adds to the ambiance.
Yes, that and Pirates.
Yes.
And Peter Pan. And.
We're hiding them all. No, Pirates and Haunted Mansion are some of the first rides that we ride. But Haunted Mansion is definitely one of those that we love because it's classic Disney. It's, I think it's too because nothing else scares you at Disney, and to be scared at Disney, it's kind of cool because you can come out and the atmosphere and everything adds to it, like the music and the like everything, and then you come out to Liberty Square, and Liberty Square is already so dimly lit because of the historical aspect of it, and they try to keep that. So it really just keeps with that ambiance, and you feel like, okay, I just came out of like a creepy mansion, and now I'm going into the all of that. And yes, Dan, there is Tower of Terror, but I don't ride that, so that doesn't count.
She has ridden it. But
let's not.
I'm done teaching her how to ride that one. We'll talk about that later.
No, but like Haunted Mansion, like to me, is because since I ride that one, is a scary one for me. And I think that's why I like it. I think it's like being scared at Disney is just fun. Plus, when you walk out of Tower of Terror, you don't walk into a more like creepy atmosphere. So I don't know. It just in my head it makes sense. We are going on. No. I'm not going to come in August if we're going to ride that. I'm going to stay with Melissa. Melissa doesn't like it either. No. So yes, Liberty Square is honestly there aren't really a lot of cons.
There really aren't. There aren't. Even the ones that you think about, there's a pro that tops it.
Yeah. And that's so strange because I would think that that is one that I would have a lot of cons on, but they're just so Liberty Square is definitely pros.
Yeah, and hopefully we've given you a couple of ideas that you might not have known about, like watching the fireworks from the air, taking in the scenery of the river and stuff. There's just something to having a place to cool off and calm down for just a little bit from the crowd. So
yes.
Anyway.
Welcome to the fun zone.
Keep at it, Dan.
Oh my gosh. It reminds me of the Twilight Zone song.
Yes.
From show choir. We had to dance to the Twilight Zone. Oh my gosh.
I think we covered everything there.
I think we did.
It's really not a big place. You won't spend a lot of time there.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Enjoy it. What do we leave?
The best food on property. Wow. Okay, the Nutella waffle.
I forget about that being Liberty Square.
So hungry now.
Okay, I'm starved, and we've got food in the oven. And if we talk about the Nutella waffles, I think I might pass out.
We didn't miss another ride.
No, did we miss another ride, Dan?
We said riverboat. We said riverboat.
That you can load there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What other ride did we miss?
Because Country Jamboree isn't part of that.
And that's not a ride. That's Frontierland.
Oh, okay, riverboat. Yeah, no, we mentioned riverboat. We did mention riverboat.
You just weren't paying attention. You were thinking about the food.
We were supposed to go. We were supposed to go on it. Tamara and I, we were all going to go on it, and I would have loved that because it's been closed the past couple times we've been there. So I'm bummed I missed that, but we'll have to do that next time. It would have been
really cold if you had gone on it this last time.
No.
Okay, sure, whatever.
No, okay, but
every
real quick.
Fifth text. So I'm freezing.
Play with your flag.
Liberty.
The Nutella waffle. Okay, if you have never tried this, it's at Sleepy Hollow. So when you're coming over the bridge from Magic Kingdom, there's a little shop, the little counter service thing.
Don't pass
my battery is going low on our computer, so we're gonna wrap this up. The Nutella waffle is amazing. It's just a waffle with fresh fruit on it, strawberries and blueberries, and the Nutella can either go on it, or we highly advise that you get it on the side.
On the side,
because
that's the best.
No matter, like, I love Nutella. I could drink it. But definitely, thank you, Sleepy Hollow Refreshments is where you can get this. And it is, I would just get it on the side because I think you enjoy it more.
You do. And it's so, so good. And
I can eat my own. Like, I don't even, it's hard to share.
Your hand if you go to it with her.
Yeah.
It's
hard to share.
Really, really good. So, and you can miss it really quickly because it just looks like another hole in the wall
counter service
thing.
Yeah.
Going, oh, what is that? There is a reason people are standing there waiting for food.
And they have really good. I think they have funnel cakes and some other things.
There's a couple of other things.
Why would you get anything?
It's really good. And they have a little sit down area just to the other side of it that's kind of out of the way. It is small.
It is.
But you can, there's always some place around there.
And you have like Castle View and stuff. And Dan says the spicy chicken slaw waffle is way better.
I'm saying
Thumper taught me that if you can't say anything nice, don't say nothing at all.
I would be willing to try that though. How spicy is it? Super hot?
Like spicy?
I didn't know they had that. I would be willing to try that.
Well, that's okay because then I don't have to share my own Nutella waffle, so that works for me.
We get Nutella waffles in the morning. I'm not getting the spicy chicken in the morning.
But okay, this has been a really fun stream. Obviously, you can tell that we love Let's see. Ah. Okay. I think this is live now. I'm trying to get this to work, guys. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this the right way. I don't know what that sound is.
Anybody there?
Why is it making noises? My computer died much quicker than I imagined, so... Oh, it is! Okay, we are live. Okay, that's fun. Hey. Okay. So, yes. This... Let's see. Get this in here. There we go. Okay. I don't know, my thing is like making a weird noise. Oh well. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We've talked about a lot of we've talked about all the pros and cons, although we didn't really have any cons for Liberty Square. So just know that it's a great place to go eat, a great place to watch fireworks, and a great place just to relax. So, and bring your kids there if you're homeschooling or like bringing the kids out of school. Like, it's a great place to teach your kids some history. So we've had a really fun time with this stream. We are super hungry after talking all that great food, so we're gonna go eat some dinner. And if you liked this, if you've been watching the replay, thank you. Make sure you hit that like button and okay, make sure you hit that like button, share this, and let us know what your favorite things are about Liberty Square. And you know that we'll probably do this for some of the other lands and talk about them because this has been really fun. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, then make sure you do that. Hit that like button, and if you hit the bell notification, then that will tell you when all of our videos come up. And hey, Alpha Traveler, thanks for joining us. We're just about to sign off because we're super hungry. We worked up lots of food, need food, brain, fuel.